Hey, what's going on, people? My name is Terrell Andretti, and I'm the Narc's Nemesis. If y'all are watching me on YouTube, y'all make sure y'all like, comment, and subscribe to the channel. That way, it helps YouTube's algorithm push this content out, and somebody can get it. Somebody liked it for you. That was the way that you were able to receive it. So make sure you like it for somebody. Um, for those of y'all that are unaware, the reason I'm talking like this is because I just had two jaw surgeries, so I'm still recovering. I had one last week, and I think I had one 2 weeks prior to that. So I'm still recovering. Also, um, injured myself in the gym a few months ago, and I'm just finding out now there's a nerve issue in my neck, so I'm working that out. Pretty banged up right now, but nonetheless, I'm still gonna deliver this message to y'all. Today, we're gonna talk about why the narcissist why the narcissist doesn't Hoover. Excuse me. There's many reasons why the narcissist won't Hoover, and one of the reasons is, and I know y'all don't want to hear this, but it is what it is, um, that they're dealing with another supply. Um, they're putting all their focus, they're putting all their energy over into that situation, so they don't have any energy to come give you any. Um, Another reason is because they're having a major failure in their life, and it can be financial, it can be a failed supply, it can be um, a mental breakdown, it can be anything. Because I always tell people the reason why you're not seeing the the new situation unfold, or the drama in the new situation, or the new situation going bad, you're only seeing the good, is because narcissists have to manage people's perception of them, which means they're not going to let you see them sweat. If you do see them sweat, it's because you probably just caught them in a bad time. You might run into them somewhere, Starbucks, Walmart, wherever, and you see them, you like, damn, fuck you got going on. You know what I'm saying? But they're not gonna actively post their failure, because you got to think they've been doing all this smearing on your name. They've been talking shit about you. They've been talking bad about you. They've been lying on you to all of these people. So if people were to see them go to another situation, and they were to see that fall apart too, um, that would dilute everything that they said about you, because they're like, people with some fucking common sense, they're like, well, they did all that talking about this person and that person, and they went over there and they had a failed relationship too. It ain't the other person, it's them. See, people with common sense will start making that connection. They don't want that. They gotta keep that illusion alive that you're the problem and they're not, because that'll make them somewhat have to face accountability. So they're not gonna show you the bad shit, because I know a lot of y'all get in the comments and say, well, it looks like they're having a good time. To me, it looks like they're thriving. They got married, they bought this business, they did this, they did that. People might post that they started a business, but they won't post that big ass bill that they got because they're late for the rent. They won't post them having that business and the lights are off. They won't post, yeah, they got married and had this big fantastic wedding, but somebody got cheated on at the bachelor or bachelorette party. They won't post that. So of course y'all are watching, and then again I tell y'all, get y'all ass off of their social media. They're not going to post that because they know there's a particular audience watching. You are included, which you shouldn't be, but I get it. They know you're watching. They know other people that they've told about you are watching. So they got to keep it correct. They got to keep putting on the show. The narcissist is nothing but a movie director. and they act in their own fucking movies. And they gotta keep the quality of the movie good at all times. They gotta manage people's perception. They gotta manage the reviews. They gotta manage the critics. They gotta manage the camera angles. They gotta do all that. They gotta micromanage their own fucking movie. So the shit that you're waiting to see, you possibly are never gonna see it. Now, if you're lucky enough, God will give you a front row seat, or He'll give you indications of their karmas. To me, a Hoover is somewhat validation because it's disrespectful, but it's validating at the same time. On the positive side, it's validation because you want to know, hey, this person's trying to get back at me, or they're trying to get back with me. They're thinking about me. I'm on their mind. Yes, it's validating, but it's also disrespectful because they've done all this shit to you. They lied, cheated, gaslit. Some of them put their hands on you, and they have the audacity to try to come back and think that they can do all of that, and your value is so low that you'll put up with it. It's disrespectful. Anyway, another reason they want Hoover is because it takes more energy to convince somebody who you've hurt over and over and over and over again, who now has their guard up, who now looks at them with disdain, who now looks at them with an eye of criticism. Takes more energy to do that than to go get somebody new with a clean slate, and they don't have to prove anything to them. They're fresh meat, they're naive, they don't know anything about narcissism. That's easier for them to go deal with versus somebody who they broke up with or gotten broken up with 10 times, back and forth, because they know now that they've reached a certain point with you to where you're asking them questions. You're asking them, who is that keeps calling your phone? Why do you hide your phone? Why, when we're asleep, you keep your phone in the other room? Who is this guy that keeps popping up? Who is this girl that keeps popping up? Who is this friend of the opposite sex? Why has your schedule suddenly changed? Man, I hate this job shit. I'm out here stuttering and lisping. But anyway, y'all get the damn point. What's this? What's that? You're asking them questions. And by you asking them questions, it's forcing them to have some kind of accountability because you want fucking answers. Excuse me. And it's easier to go get somebody who they don't have to make up these stories or keep up with these lies. What lie they told you last time. They ain't got to worry about that with a new person. So that's another reason that they won't come back. It's not because you're any less of a person. It's not because they don't know your worth. Because when they're with you, they can't appreciate your worth, but they know your worth. They know your worth to an extent. I take that back. And it's like, trying to word this shit right. They know your worth, but they can't process it. So it's like, damn, I'm getting stuck. Y'all forgive me. It's easy for them to misjudge people. It's easy for them to undervalue people. So when they're when they come back or they want to come back, it's not to finally, tell you, hey, I know what you're worth, and I want to fix this. I know what I lost, or whatever the case is. It's not to do that. It's really to come back to see if you're still easy or you're still able to be manipulated. And they know your worth. They know that they don't deserve you. So don't ever think, okay, well now they finally figured out my worth. They know your worth. While when y'all first meet, they know your worth. They know you're this great, you're this awesome person, but they also know because the true nature of them is so ugly, is so damaged, and they know that they're toxic. They know they don't deserve you. And that thought is reoccurring in their mind that they don't deserve excuse me, that they don't deserve you. So that's a constant reminder that they're not worthy of you. That's another thing that propels them to mistreat you. Because just by you being you, just by you being awesome, it reminds them subconsciously that they're not shit. A lot of them don't want to deal with that. So they won't come back either. Because you're a constant reminder of everything that they're not. You're a constant reminder of they don't deserve happiness. You're a constant reminder that you can actually move on and receive happiness. And I know a lot of y'all are waiting for these Hoovers, and it's understandable because I waited for them at a period of time too, and they came. But I got to a point where, okay, I done got my little validation. I see she's over there dying without me. She's left voicemails, crying and upset and all this. And it gave me validation. I'm not going to sit here and lie. But I also got to a point where I wanted to be free, totally free. Because when you're out, when you first leave them, you're free physically, but you're not free mentally and spiritually. And I felt like as long as I had that line of communication open, because I didn't block her number for probably, what, 6, 8 months after. And I was like, because every time she called, every time she hoovered, I didn't answer, but I'll end up fucking crying after, seeing her name come across the phone. I'll be so braggadocious, like for the first couple minutes or whatever. I'm like, yeah, that motherfucker calling. She can't get over me, da 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 da. And then the memories will start hitting me, the thoughts will start hitting me, and I'll tear up. And the very last time she called, she was starting to leave voicemails, and she was calling more frequently. And of course, like I said, validation came, but I got tired of, it's like a drug. I got tired of how I felt after. It's like, damn. Now I'm starting to think about it again. Damn, now I'm starting to, I haven't heard her voice in 6 months. Damn, I done heard her voice. It was triggering. So I had to come to that conclusion, like, I want out of this fucking contract indefinitely. And I finally blocked her number, and I stopped waiting to hear from her. I stopped waiting for her revenge. I stopped waiting for her karma. And I had to set myself free. They're not going to set you free. You have to set yourself free. You have to get to a point where I want out of this. I don't want anything from this, because like a lot of people say, like, revenge is a valid emotional response. I get that. But also revenge keeps you tied to the individual in which you want to suffer. Because now you're tied to a weight of the opportunity to get revenge. Oh, I'm just waiting on her to get hers. Or I'm just waiting on him to get his, instead of living your life. Because as long as you're waiting on the revenge, you're not going to see it, because you're not emotionally ready to deal with it. I started seeing karma and the Hoovers and stuff when I stopped thinking about it. When I started healing, when I started moving forward, when I started creating better music, taking more pictures, putting them online. And they're not for her to see. It's not for her to see. just me getting back to myself. That's when I started seeing shit. And I know I kind of rambled, but this shit killing me. But that's why a lot of times they want Hoover. And another thing too, they want Hoover when they know for a fact that you mean no contact. Because they know they can't get any further with you. They can't manipulate you anymore. And sadly, that's why they were with you in the first place. So if they can't manipulate you no more, they can't gaslight you no more, it's going to take, they're going to look at it as pointless to come back. They're going to look at it as pointless to Hoover you because they know that you're standing on what you believe in and you're not budging. And that's probably the only time that they'll ever respect anything about you, when they know, hey, I'm not putting up, or, when they notice, hey, he's not putting up with my shit no more. She's not putting up with my shit no more. And they'll respect you enough to leave you alone. Because they know you have a boundary. Not only do you have a boundary, but you're standing on that boundary. And everything is a process. You're not going to get here overnight. I tell people I might make it look easy because, I'm doing music. In the gym, I'm smiling, cracking jokes and all that. But I always tell people, if you think work doesn't come with this, if you think it's not a journey healing from this, go back and look at my old videos. You can damn near see that lady's presence in my eyes. You can damn near see the residue of that situation on my face. You can damn near hear the pain in my voice from that situation. You go all the way back, watch my old videos. You can see it in my eyes. And then gradually, I started getting better. In between that, it's a lot of sleepless nights, a lot of tears, a lot of frustration, a lot of praying, a lot of fucking confusion. And most of all, a lot of self-work. Going to the gym, going to therapy, realizing why I put up with this shit. That's what you guys need to be doing instead of waiting on Hoovers. I know it's easier said than done, but I'm telling you what's necessary. Trying to get better with these videos, but like I said, I got a lot going on with the jaw and everything. Going to the doctor tomorrow for my going to the neurologist tomorrow, check out my neck, see what's going on with that. But I'm still, I'm still pushing out content to y'all because, this is healing for me as well, to get on here and talk to y'all and, share my experiences, and also y'all sharing y'all experiences with me. So I greatly appreciate it. All the new channel members, welcome to the family. Returning channel members, it's always good to talk to y'all. If you want to donate to the channel, you don't have to, but if you do, I appreciate it. The link is in the description. If you need a one-on-one, the link is in the description. Also, make sure y'all go check out my new single, Terrell Andretti, Superstition. It is out on all platforms, and again, it features a actual voicemail of my ex-narc trying to Hoover me, and I'm not going for it. It is a great pop song, so y'all make sure y'all go check it out. And another day, another way, and you ain't gotta listen, but I know you heard me.